That is one of the worst things I have ever tasted in this studio.
Today we're testing out a video that a few of you asked to see. Can you cook a chicken inside of a watermelon? Guys, multiple people have sent in links, mostly through Instagram or Discord, asking to see about the veracity of a video that shows a chicken being cooked inside a watermelon. This is a video by 5 Minute Crafts. So basically what it shows is they take a watermelon, they cut part of the top off.
One is actually fully in half. The other one has like a circle taken out and then the chicken squished into it.
Yeah, we've actually seen a couple different. I think one was from Blossom, one was from 5 Minute Crafts, which I trust approximately equally, which is not a ton. Not everything they do is false, but some is. And so I think the idea behind this is that being inside the watermelon rind, it's always being like hit with hot moisture, and so it's supposed to make the chicken really nice and moist, and that sounds like a good thing to me.
Yeah, like cooking in humidity, so you have a humid chicken.
Humid chicken, that's how I describe, when I go to a restaurant, I'm like, I'd like the chicken, and will you please make sure it's extra humid, thanks.
Extra humid.
Extra humid. Here's the basic idea. A few different people sent us a link to a 5 Minute Crafts video showing cooking a chicken inside the rind of a hollowed out watermelon. We've got ourselves this little chicken and we have a watermelon. We're gonna see if it works and if what it makes is any good. It's November when we're filming this. There's not a great selection of watermelon availability.
I'm shocked that you even found this one.
I kind of am too, but we did. We found a watermelon. They had them at Walmart. It's not the world's best watermelon. I don't know what it's gonna be like on the inside. We also found a chicken, or it says a baking hen. So we're gonna try this. We're gonna cut open our watermelon.
Yep. Carve it out.
Cut the top off.
Hollow
out all the fruit.
Which way do we want to do it? Do we want to cut it perfectly in half like the first
I like
video,
the lid version.
I like it too. So you cut off a little bit less, almost like a circular shape in the top, scoop it out, and then you have to stuff the chicken in. It's a little bit harder to get it in there, but I think it encases it a little bit better, and then you have to cut it out.
Put the lid back on.
Yes.
Put the whole thing, watermelon and chicken, into the oven and cook.
And I think if the watermelon does happen to fall apart spectacularly, if we haven't cut it perfectly in half, it has less likelihood of making a mess everywhere. Yeah.
And one other step, we have barbecue sauce out because the video shows painting something approximately the color of barbecue sauce all over the chicken before it goes in. It doesn't say what it was, it just shows something being painted on.
One video on Instagram does say barbecue sauce, but it looks like it's a clip from another video and was like written over, so we're gonna see.
We've got a couple bowls here. I'm thinking we can put watermelon into this. And I'm actually just gonna put the whole chicken here because I hear sloshing and I don't want raw chicken stuff to slosh all over the counter. I think I want to take this and just run it under cold water for about 15 minutes to make sure it's thawed all the way through before we start cooking it. So I'm going to do that.
Very important point, cold water. Don't run when you're de-thawing something, don't run it under hot water. Don't start the cooking process. That would be bad. I'm gonna not have anything to do with that, and I'm going to cut open a watermelon. Lid style, I'm just gonna not cut it, just kind of see. It's a decent sized chicken. I also don't want to make more than one cut, so I don't want to just start hacking at it before I have an idea of what I'm gonna do. Okay, that's not perfectly even, but it'll hold the chicken, and I think we can get a chicken in it. I'm still in Halloween mode, so I feel like this should be a pumpkin, what I'm doing here, but it's not, so this is just a very confusing process all around for me. So then the question is, how much of the actual fruit flesh do we want to keep?
I'd say as much as we can, but I don't think there's gonna be much. That's not a lot because the watermelon's barely bigger than the chicken, so.
I'm gonna try and leave as much of the lid as possible. And now I'll just be moral support for Nate. Woo! Good job. You scooped that watermelon.
Aww, so good at supporting.
I'm sporting real good, guys. We have our watermelon guts.
Now we want to paint it with barbecue sauce, I think just to make the barbecue sauce stick a little bit. I'm gonna get some paper towels, dry it off.
Yep. Are we gonna try and do both sides? Because it just looks like they set it in and then just like coat one side. I kind of want to like smother it. I want
to coat as like all over, and then.
I'm also worried of like, I don't want to boil the chicken in barbecue sauce. It's not the goal here.
All right, we've got our chicken covered in barbecue sauce.
I'm starting to doubt the chicken to watermelon ratio.
I am looking at that exact same thing. And
yeah, just go for it. Now is your goal to, flip it? Okay.
I think we've run out of space and I'm gonna have to take the thighs off.
All right, yep.
I'm not an expert on how to do that, so this is...
We're just gonna start chopping.
Are we any closer?
A little.
Ha!
If you could just stretch the skin, yeah, back over.
All right, let's re-barbecue sauce this because it's lost all the sauciness.
Well, actually, I mean, we did it.
That chicken is in the watermelon.
It is.
Or most of that chicken is in a watermelon. Obviously, part of it's out of the watermelon.
I'm gonna go ahead and just roll these around in a little bit more barbecue sauce and leave them on the tray.
They'll probably finish cooking before the rest of it.
That's fine.
We've got our chicken sans thighs fit into the watermelon. It hadn't preheated the oven, and we don't know what temperature to preheat the oven specifically. It doesn't say in any of the videos. We're going to 375 because other oven roasting chicken recipes recommend around there. So we're gonna try it. So once it heats up, we're gonna throw the whole thing on the pan into the oven and cook it for about 2 hours and see how this goes.
It's either gonna be a fantastic lunch or just another big mess for us to clean up.
It's been about 2 hours.
Yep, and the studio is full of smoke.
We pulled the drumsticks out here early because they seemed to be done.
We think.
Maybe a little overdone, probably very overdone. These weren't in the watermelon, they were just off to the side. Some of the browning / blackening might just be from burned barbecue sauce.
We don't know.
We're gonna take our chicken out and take it out of the watermelon and see what we've got. I do think a lot of the smoke is because we had spilled barbecue sauce on the pan and that just burned and burned. But here goes. Might be a lot of steam. Yeah, that's definitely a source of a lot of smoke.
I can't even tell what's happening there right now. I don't even know. Does it have a strong smell?
Kind of smells like watermelon rind burning,
Huh.
which isn't great.
That doesn't look cooked from this angle. Okay, here we go. Here's our big reveal of, well, it does look cooked. It's not that nice, crispy, oven-baked look that you get in the videos.
We don't know what they used as their wash. They may have used something that stained it brown a lot more than our barbecue sauce clearly did not.
One did say barbecue sauce, though. The one that I had did say barbecue sauce. Maybe?
Skin, definitely not a nice crispy skin you'd want to eat.
Yeah, it's like peeling away like skin.
That looks definitely cooked.
Okay.
It's gonna be watermelon flavored. Does have a slight watermelon rind flavor, I think. Don't love that.
Yeah, why? Oh, you know what I have to do, right? I know I don't want this, but I have to know because it's chicken and barbecue sauce and watermelon. Nope, nope, nope.
How bad is that?
That is one of the worst things I have ever tasted in this studio.
Nothing we saw had instructions about temperature, so it could be that we had the temperature way too high.
We had it as high as you would normally roast a chicken for 2 hours that weighed this much. So we don't have crispy skin, we have what looks like boiled skin. It's tough, and the flavor
The meat itself is really, really chewy.
The skin is still skin textured, like it's stretchy. No. No, 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 that's not acceptable.
These two videos that we looked at on 5 Minute Crafts and Blossom, they're not the only ones
Lots
that
of
have
people
shown this.
have tried this.
There are other videos talking about how to cook a chicken in a watermelon for some reason, and there may be some advantages if you do it very carefully, but what they showed in their video, I would say, well, it is technically a cooked chicken, but the watermelon is just an extra step, and it's not like a super moist, juicy. So to all of you who sent this to us, asking if it was really possible,
it's absolutely possible.
you really can put a chicken inside a watermelon and cook it.
But
it's
why?
not a good plan, at least as presented in the videos that we were sent. 2 hours at 375, ruined the outside, didn't cook the inside. I can't recommend this for any reason. You know what would have been good?
If you say it, they're gonna tell us to do it.
Salt, pepper, and olive oil on the outside of the chicken. Cook that, and then eat it with a side of sliced watermelon.
You never put it in the watermelon?
Exactly, yeah. You eat watermelon and roast chicken separately in the same meal.
That's just called dinner.
I know, that's what would have been a good way to do that. That would have been so much better. All right, there have been times in the past where we've done stuff with chickens and people were upset that it was a waste of food. Well, in having done this, hopefully, Other people will not see those videos and think, oh, I can cook a chicken and a watermelon in 2 hours and it's gonna be delicious. And then they would waste their chicken. So we wasted one chicken so you guys don't waste several chickens. Net positive world, let's focus on that. This is gross. Guys, that's not all. We've always got more for you to see. Click the box up at the top to check out our most recent video and we will see you in the next one. Talk to you then.